is a social reaction. Of course, our focus is towards Marwa and the rest of the shenanigans around him. Now, many people begin thinking that we are jealousy, we are negative reactors, we don't have any positive vibes. Of course, positive vibes follow positive aspects, okay? And some of us are not very good in pretense. I know many people who actually say they are positive vibes is just because they don't want to attack or rather talk about the truth. And maybe some of you, Teresa. All right, so of course, some people might actually think that we are just meant to be negative, we don't have any progress. That is a lie because um, maybe some of us are not just into say everything that is happening. But then it's very funny. Of course, Maro is trying to be buggy and funny in his videos. But what is this that you would actually discuss your uncle so long and try to show how he was not acting up to the game and that is why he lost the last date and all that? What are you trying to say? Are you trying to say that we should pretend to actually embrace out there, or exactly what are you trying to say? I want to play a video that he was just presenting in the live question and answer New Year 2026, and you'll find it very awkward. Some people will find it funny and humorous, but for me, I find it quite awkward to actually discuss a member of family just out there. You know, it's like exposing the dirty linens in public. If Uncle Gutu doesn't have a wife and the reasons as to why he failed or whatever, you don't have to come up and share everything because Maro himself does not like people discussing personal matters. You remember recently when Arosho went away with the family and people talked about it, he started saying that let them wait until he says something. All they are saying is lies. It's because some people are idle there. Is he now idle? Is he joining the idol group? I don't understand because he's making funny remarks about Ogutu's situation, and that situation is not one to make, funny statements about. If you are an African and you actually understand what it means by the Ogutu situation, it's not a situation to come up online and begin making content over it and actually showing a shot that is poorly done and all that. But it is what it is. Sometimes people see fun in others, but they don't see fun in themselves. When people talk about them, they say they're rumoring, they're haters, they are creating videos that are not worth. But then when they themselves are doing things about others, they just feel okay. I can even quote the example of David Jr. David Jr. actually makes fun of Mwita. Mwita sometimes even smiles a very funny way. The dancing grandma also does things in a very awkward way. Yai and all those daughters. And David Jr. will go showing all those on camera, even that teacher and the wife that drinks a lot, the lady boss that came to the quiet grandma and all that. But when it comes to his own family, you will never see him exposing such things as to what we just see online about con dad or con mom. Okay? So I don't know. Maybe it things they always say that mukuki ni tamu kwa nguruwe, but kwa binadamu mkali. Maybe that's where the proverb comes. But anyway, let's go back to this video and just play some parts of what he's saying here. And let's see whether you agree with me or not.
And there, you want a little advance. So Uncle Gutu, so imagine this is the only money you have, forth and back. And then, to impress that lady, you do like this. You see like that? So now you have two notes, two. It's just two. But to make things look fantastical, you do like this. And then when you are counting, you already know you have two. You know we men sometimes. And if you are a man, if you ever did this, raise up your hand, we know you today, my friend. Now maybe you are a married man. You don't have to go through this. Men go through a lot. So I'm telling you this story of Uncle Ogut. This will be the executive story of 2026. We start 2026 with good vibe, good stories, real stories. Uncle Ogut was CBK, Central Bank of Kenya. You see two, you do like this, and then you turn them. And then, you put them here. The money is here. You know it is here. The money is, I'm going behind so that you can see. You actually know the money is here. Because it's the only money you have. But when somebody asks you, especially that wife now, the one you want to impress, let me kneel down so I can, you don't go directly to this pocket. You already know the money is here and it's folded like this. But you don't go directly to this pocket. You go like this, you start like this. So she said, okay, let's imagine I am Uncle Ogutu Prospect. Say, it's first day, first day there, you arrive. Then you ask as a lady, what are we eating here today? It's a new home and you are two of you and you've met your prospect Uncle Ogutu and you say, what are we eating here today? And then, now me I'm Uncle Ogutu. Uncle Ogutu knows his advance is this and like that and folded. It's the only one he has, and he's put it here. Those coats, when you wear a coat, you put here. Can I find a coat? It's because it's a little late. Let me see if I will.
Yeah, guys. So, see how Marwa is actually turning into a caricature and making fun statements over his own uncle. When it comes to relationships, I think we understand that in families, we have people we should respect. When you talk about an uncle, you cannot go deep into their family relationships, especially relationships, romantic relationships, and discuss them. In Africa, that's what I understand. You are not supposed to go deep and even talk about your father's relationship, just like your father cannot talk deep about your relationship. Now, it's funny that Marwa is finding fun to discuss matters of failure in relationships of Uncle Ogutu. It's unfortunate. Now he's making a lot of patois, polverari, and all the jiggy stories around it. Hey, Bambroski, that does not occur well with me because I don't find any fun actually discussing why Uncle Ogutu has failed in his relationship and now coming up with a manipulation statement to tell us that the only way to win is to cheat. That is exactly what he's saying. You pretend that you have it when you don't have it. So what exactly is Marwa trying to teach us? Because even if you are broke, let it be clear that you are broke, but at least there's something that can be afforded in a family. And when you have, let it be known that you have. But now, these jiggy statements, jigala, that he's trying to play here, it's a very poor way of actually insinuating, because Marwa is somebody watched by so many people. And of course, there are people who take him as a role model. There are those people who they worship him. In fact, they think he's a god. Just because he has a villa, he has all this that he has displayed around. And they try to follow what he's saying. Now, if people go by what he's saying, where do you think the world will end up? And I don't actually support what he's saying, because if Uncle Ogutu is doing what he's doing and he's hustling, and now he's coming here to talk about advance. If an advance is 2,000, what does that mean? How much does he earn? And remember, his boss is Marwa. So of course he's the boss, and he finds fun in talking about the workers. But when it comes to himself, he doesn't want people to talk about it. Anyway, let's proceed and follow what he's saying. And I can see a lot of people are really celebrating. I don't know. When it comes to other people, they'll be saying, haters, what are you saying? But they don't find the story Marwa is saying to be very awkward and absurd at the same time. What the world will lead us into, I don't understand. Anyway, let's see what Marwa said more. He went to find a court, imagine, to dramatize this nonsense.
One he got, and again, he he has a serious prospect. You have to remember, otherwise things can go wrong. And the boss has already given you. So, prospect says, what are we eating here today? Uncle Wood. What would you love? No, that's not good voice. What would you like to have today? Meat, or even if we get fish, is very fantastic. And go to the boss, goes now. He knows the money is here. But he starts looking for the money from here. You know, as a boss, not the one you are looking like this, oh, say, hey, where did I put this? No. You say, okay, let me, in Swahili we say, wacha niangalie, let me see. Like a boss, you know, that time is, the story is small pace. Remember, you know already the money is here, remember. So, I think chicken will do. Chicken will do. Remember, the money is here, and just to show, like you are a man of plenty, you have too much money, sometimes even you don't know where you keep it. It's not, like money is not a big deal to you. Sometimes even you forget where you put it. You know? And you are searching with confidence. Remember, searching money with confidence is very important. If you search like this, my friend, she will...
All right, now look at that. What is Marwa trying to tell us? Because he is a professional beggar. He is trying to tell us that you have to pretend to survive in this life. Now, why is it that he has never shown the confidence with money on his end? In fact, in the yesterday's video, he tried to say how Rosho's family made him poor. I want to just check on that video. And he was talking about pretense among people, the fact that Marwa's, Rosho's family have been on his neck. No wonder he doesn't have money. Let's just go to that video, and I hope I'll get the exact minute to talk about this and that. I think it's this. Working towards a big dream. Amesema? Yeah? Ananitumia. So.
Doing okay. That's the fish. It's right down there. They're actually very big fishes. Because in the future, which is
Happy
this
New
year,
Year,
the
Skinny
future
Boy
is this year,
Beats. Welcome to the
we
channel.
will
Thank you
put
so much.
stones there, so that it's like beautiful black and white stones, just to decorate that place or that space. Let's go out to see what is going on. Today I need to go and visit the horses. Tomorrow will be the last day of the horses staying in school or going to school to graze, because Monday, from Monday here, school's open. Guys, there's a story I aired yesterday of a young man who wants to go to school. All he needs is $200. So I'm really asking you guys if one of you can act.
All right, guys. So looking at that, Skinny Boy Beats, I'm doing a reaction on that video that I'm watching. And of course, based on my titles, this is Marwa, a traveler. But it's so funny. He relies so much on begging. He has so much money, but he doesn't want to use it. He wants to beg every day. A year starts, he's begging for people. The year ends, he's begging for people. And he pretends he's just doing for those people. But on the other hand, he's doing for himself. Of course, he's married to an Argentina lady. Not really married formally, but maybe orally. And she left with her family. Her family came to visit, then they left together as she went to Argentina. Guys, it is popping in the house. So what am I saying? Marwa came up in this video to say that some people can pretend when they don't have money, but once they have, then they'll be very different. And of course, when we look at that perspective, we are trying to consider Rosho. Even though I just feel strongly that Rosho is coming back, she's not really at the peak. Even though she has had so many people following her channel, but she's not really established. But again, we can see that she's doing well because on her end, she's able to do some things for her family finally. So Marwa comes up in the 2026 video, and what he begins to do is to beg. Of course, we know that they normally beg in pretense that they are helping those people, which they help partly, but majorly it's because of themselves. When you do charity work, there's a lot of money you receive, spillover benefits, and sometimes even you grab from them, guys. So let's check on this, because he keeps talking about a young boy who is supposed to be helped. He didn't want to press people with money. He didn't want to ask them. But here he goes about and asks. Guys, January is just starting. A lot of people have a lot of problems. People have fee problems. People have health problems. Others want to acquire land and even construct houses. But this guy is a rich guy. Instead of helping the boy who came to him, the boy had been stung by bees. The boy also required some fees and a uniform. Instead of just doing that for that boy, he comes out and begins to beg and tells people that I was not coming to beg you for 2026, but I'll do so. I'm like, relax. You have enough money, do it. But do you know what he said? He said that he doesn't have money because he had relatives, or rather relatives to the wife, who have made him poor because they stayed in the villa. And I'm like, how did they make you poor? Because from what I saw, Rosho kept preparing meals from available resources. There was no extreme expenditure. The travels they did were just around the environments. Apart from the Nairobi ones, the rest were just from around. And we saw also these people also helping him to do a lot of videos, because once they appear, especially Mr. Louis, people could watch. So automatically they were adding up value to him than taking away. But now Marwa, as he is a mean soul, he always has to come out and complain so that people will sympathize and help. And of course, that is why he has come up with a live stream today, knowing so much that super slap, super chats will be so high. Okay? So thank you so much, Skinny Boy Beats, and any other person watching, and I appreciate. So let's go deep into our discussion, checking more and more around what Mara is saying here.
Actually support that young man. It will be very nice. $200 as a day scholar. Day scholar is you go to school and come back in the evening. And $200 for an entire year. So you can imagine if he has, and he has to go for 3 more years. So if he has $600, that sorts his entire school fees for 4 years as a day scholar. But that's purely school fees, nothing much. Another issue that I'm facing, you see how the house looks very dirty, and it's just the other day I was painting it.
I learned that ChatGPT works best with detailed prompts, but I hate typing them. So instead,
So this,
There
are bats. There are bats that come to eat the fruits of this tree. So when they eat those fruits, they poop all over. And that's what has caused this area here. I will have to be repainting it after every season of the fruits here. I was really thinking probably I should put tiles this area, because with tiles you only clean. And the reasoning to that is, look at this other side. This is also messy, you see, but you cannot even tell. It's totally messy, you see. But with just water, you can clean up this, because these are tiles. So I was thinking, I put tiles here, white tiles all the way this side, or the front side of the house. Paint is good, but you see now, it's messing me up. I'm also very happy because my pigeons now don't have a lot of problems with food, because we've harvested maize. Mosabi, this is Brian.
Alright guys, so from that video you can see The guy is profiling his problems from here to Timbuktu. He started with somebody has to help with fees. He went to the something in the house. He went outside and talked about painting. And he moved on, complaining, indicating that he doesn't have money because he spent a lot on the in-laws when they came. I'm like, Africa is refining, or is it actually getting down? Because we don't complain about the food visitors ate when they came in the house and you say, now I'm poor because I fed them. It's very unfortunate. We don't do that in Africa. But with content, everything is possible. And people are moving ahead with this negative aspect that are not very likable. Honor. Yeah, all right. So let's keep watching this guy. But in the entire video, he actually displayed very negative behavior that is not likable. And people started saying, oh, of course, no wonder he cannot keep up Rocho to the expectation, because Rocho is someone who wants fancy life, luxury, wants to go around, visit Europe, America, walk in towns, all that kind of life. No wonder it is very hard for him to offer that. But anyway, it is what it is. Let's proceed ahead with more. All right.
So I'm gonna spend like at least, the horses are really enjoying down there. See Marno enjoying. He's turning himself up and down. Oh, all of them, all the three. Oh my God. No, these ones down there. Oh, Marno has just stood up. Malaika is still there and Onyx. How are you, girl? How are you? I saw you. Look, Onyx has slept. You know.
Hiyo mfuko umetoa si ya longi. Sasa ile umetoa ya nini? Usiweke nini ndani sana hivi. Hiyo inafaa kuwa juu. Hizi ni envelope tu. Ngoja zitanichukua tu hii. Ingine rudisha kwanza. Alright guys, hatujanunua mafuta, tumia mafuta yenye yako. Yenye yako ya mtu hapo. Yeah. Alright. So, of course I saw Marwa going to the field, and one of us was very aggressive, and I just remembered the story of Brian. So Brian, of course most of you have been watching. Brian was one of the workers of Marwa before the incident of the horse. Of course, he was wrong to have gone to a place maybe he was not allowed. So I saw Brian in an interview with JT, and he opened up that he has been receiving a lot of threats from subscribers on Marwa's end. Some of them threatened him, saying he should never share anything negative he saw at Marwa's. They threatened him a lot, and of course he has been forced to go report to the police. Guys, why would you as a subscriber to me begin to threaten someone who has been working for me just because you don't want them to reveal what I've done to them? If I've done wrong, let them reveal. But then threatening someone is a crime. Actually, it can lead to imprisonment. It can lead to a lot of stuff. So seeing Brian saying that he has been receiving threatening calls that have been making him uncomfortable and warning him against whatever, It's so easy to retrieve these messages through Safaricom if that is the target, and it would end up in a very messy. But some people are very fun. They can sacrifice for Marwa for everything. You don't even have a house, you can sacrifice to build Marwa's house. You don't have a house, you can sacrifice to help Marwa build Brian's house. No wonder our president in Kenya is actually now seeing that people have money and now making sure that we pay for people's houses even when we don't have houses ourselves. It's unfortunate, guys. What kind of behavior is this? I never expected that Kenyans would do this, but I can see they are not even Kenyans alone. They're just people who are obsessed. Once they're obsessed, they consider doing anything for anybody. So, of course, I may not even bring those receipts, but if you go check on JT's video, you will see that while he was interviewing this guy, the guy said that he feels threatened. He has been receiving a lot of calls. And again, he has had to report that to the police. No wonder he came up in a live interview with JT to share what he shared. And I really appreciate that this guy did make this move, because once you begin receiving threats, anything is possible. Anything is possible. So it's very good that you make a move to deal with the situation once or for all. Because if anything, if someone feels that maybe you are wrong, they should actually resolve it in a better way. But using threats is the worst method they would ever think of. And if not the subscribers, it might be Maro himself using the other numbers. He once mentioned something like that. And it's just been pointed on what kind of aspects some of the YouTubers do. Now let's come back to Marwa. I wanted to get that part when he's talking about being bankrupt.
Think you can keep up? Come on.
How they're doing. We have a banana plantation here. So we want to see, I've always strived to live off the grid, to grow my own food, to have my own system running, like electricity. Like my home doesn't have electricity like the grid. I use solar, and also that's why you see I still face a problem like the solar water heater. Anyway, here we go. Thank God there's these trees, because these trees mark the boundary. If they were not here, probably this neighbor would be claiming them. One thing I really don't know if these trees belong here. It seems no, because they are coming all the way from up. I will see how it goes.
Oh my God, what is happening?
I really love about my home. You see, I'm walking here and the birds have kept quiet because they don't know who is walking here. Anytime harvesting will begin here, I want to go and check. I don't know who is throwing these things there. It's crazy. Not so bad. Let's say 1 more week. So, let me see here. So now we've harvested all this maize here. They need to come and we call them maize. You guys could call them corn. Oh, there's grass. Oh, there's grass.
Bosi, yale mahindi tumetoa tunaweka chini. Wamesema itachukuliwa nyumbani kesho. Sasa sijui kama yes.
Tumeelewana?
Yale ndio wanasema. Kwa kesho tumeelewana kwanza asubuhi.
Shilingi 500 kwa kila mtu. Simekuwa umesema shilingi 400. Halafu nikarudi sasa nikaongezea kila mtu 100 kwa kutoa ile mahindi huko. Sasa si kwa hivyo mimi nawalisha lunch, breakfast mnapata.
Nashukuru.
Jamii. Ama umeenda wapi unakula mchele na maharage na chai?
Sijai shuhudia hii bosi. Mimi nashukuru tu
Hai.
Kwa ile
Kesho nyinyi kujeni kesho kazi.
yeah.
Mkule kidogo kidogo lakini kila siku.
Naam.
Kuliko ile ukule mara moja alafu.
Unajua ile unakula mara moja, hata hii bosi yenye kidogo kidogo natupatia tunashukuru.
Haya. Kazi mimi nalipa hapa shilingi 400 kwa siku kwa vijana wa hapa nyumbani, lakini mimi nawapea lunch na breakfast. Lakini saa kama leo kazi ilikuwa nyingi ndio nikaongeza 100 juu. Mimi hiyo nalipanga wakati watu wanafanya kazi ya kukoroga. Yes. First, good breakfast, not just shagala bagala. And also I feed them lunch. All of my workers, I always do that. You guys have seen me cook a lot. And tomorrow will be 500. Then the job will decide. I make more money than other people. But me, I'm actually very fair. These guys, when they work in the construction site, no food. They have to take that 400 and buy food, breakfast and lunch. That's close to Shamba there. So, because I don't want to risk my horses. I don't want to have horses where people are crossing in between horses. No. That is dangerous. That is dangerous. Actually, we will migrate this fence to the other side and to the farthest end. There's a specific of us here. I'm trying to see it grow very fast, you know?
Yeah, so unapima ukate kadhaa. Hiyo nylon kabla ukavie, tumia kukata zingine 7. Then unaweka hiyo ingine ndani na hii juu ndio step. Alright guys, so of course that was the video that he was talking about working towards the big dream, that is ensuring he takes care of the horses and all that. But meanwhile, do you know how Gintu has actually dropped a very shocking announcement for many people out there? The reality is that Gintu was joking, playing on these people who call themselves positive reactors. Of course, many of them really had to run and help Gati Africa to acquire the land and also have the house built. Congratulations to all of you. The team of Mora, Mary, and all of you. Of course, you've done great. It's good to help others grow. So at least Gati Africa has a house. In case Gintu deals with her, otherwise she has. But then, I'm surprised I had one of them. Was it Zach or who? Not Zach. Somebody else was Kamanja. He was talking about that land belonging to Gintu. And I was like, okay, did you see this coming? As far as some of you are saying that in case Gintu and Gati Africa have some things happening, then she will have a home to go to. If that land belongs to Gintu, then I'm sorry guys. It was such a raw deal. But it is what it is. It happened. So what is the way forward? Gati has come back finally to Gintu. And some of you think that he's just, Gintu is being very cunning to make sure that he's attached to the kid, which I don't know how long he will pretend, but we are here to watch the drama. So Gintu finally made sure that Gati Africa came back after construction of the house was over. That was a real game on both subscribers and those of you who believe you are positive reactors. Actually, you ran up and thought that you are ruining Gintu, but it was not a ruin as such. I've seen Mr. Fruity saying that two people who share a blanket, you should just let them be. Don't meddle so much in their affairs. But it is what it is. So guys, I won't go so long because I'm supposed to do a video for another YouTube channel, just because I don't want to talk a lot. So this one has taken 30-something minutes. I'll go to the other, take 10 minutes, and then I'll be done. Bye-bye for now. Let's continue subscribing to the channel, watch the videos, share them, and keep growing. Bye-bye. Maji bado. Wacha niangalie. Tea.